Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Doug with News and Views by Doug. Today's the second video for Thursday, June 11th, 2026. And I normally don't get into trials, especially when it's a homicide trial. But this one, it's been national news, and just some of the crap that's happening just amazes me. Now, I'll probably end up being called a racist because I'm an old white male. I don't believe I have a racist bone in my body, but, others will say different after what I have to say today. But there's a term that's been going around lately, and it's a term that I had just heard maybe early last year, and it's being called black fatigue. And it's just not white people. There's a lot of black people in America that have just had enough with these young people and their self-entitlement, thinking that rules don't matter to them, laws they can break anytime they want, and they can pretty much get away with anything, whether it's acting out, theft, whatever it is. But a lot of people are getting tired of the crap that they're seeing. And, with all these videos online, it's easy to see what's going on and people get their opinions formed very quickly. Now, in this trial, it's about Karmelo Anthony, a young male high school student who went to a track meet at another school. And this is in Frisco, Texas, which is just near, where is it? Near Dallas, Fort Worth. And he went into an opposing team's tent at the track meet. And he was asked many times to leave, by all accounts, at least 15 times. And he challenged the young white high school student, I think his last name is Metcalf, and challenged him to, he's not leaving. Not his tent, not his team, but he's not leaving. And I guess there was a push. There was some kind of physical altercation. It wasn't as bad as it sounds, but Karmelo pulled out a knife and stabbed Metcalf in the chest. And then he ran away. The police eventually caught him, and witnesses said, yeah, that's the man, or the boy, teenager. And Metcalf died from his injuries. Wasn't a very big knife, but it doesn't matter. It was still a knife. And he brought it to a high school track meet, which most of the time it's illegal to have a knife on school grounds in every state in the union. But he was tried and convicted just the other day of the murder of Metcalf, and he got 35 years. Now, some of the things that lead up to this, and this is where the black fatigue comes in, immediately the black community and many others started making, GoFundMes for the family of this kid. And they were able to raise, I think approximately $650,000. Well, the question is, what did the parents do with the money? Because next thing you know, you've got public defenders defending Anthony. And where'd the money go? Well, there's a lot of good rumors out there and some facts. The family bought a new house, a new car, clothing, and other luxury items. Didn't put a single dime to this kid's defense. The jury was chosen, and people are saying that they were all white, but they weren't. There was some other mixed folks in there. And the defense agreed with the jury. In a trial, every jury, the prosecutor and defense, have the right to dismiss certain people. They're trying to build their cases. So the jury was selected, and the jury, they had their many days of testimony from witness and everything. So Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murder, sentenced to 35 years. Well, a lot of things came out about Karmelo. Here's an image of what you saw in court. Here's another image of the real Karmelo Anthony. Or should I say images? It also came out in court that he was suspended from his own school in April, and this is, I think, 2025, for having a knife on campus. So he's done this before where he's brought a knife. He was also suspended from his track team and all school events. He wasn't supposed to be at that track meet. He was suspended by the school district. But yet he showed up. No unknown reason why he showed up, but again, he broke the rules. He brought a knife on the campus, not for the first time, but for a second time, at least that we know of. And that's against the law. So he's found guilty. And of course, all these people, his supporters, they all showed up. And they don't give a crap about this kid. They made it a black and white thing. You had the new Black Panthers show up, the Pussycats. They're the same people that during the rioting showed up in Philadelphia claiming they were going to cause crap, and of course they didn't. And then you had all these other men and women of color. They went after the white people. And, the supporters of the Metcalfs. And even as the Metcalfs were trying to make their way to their car after the trial, they were verbally attacked by these people of color. I mean, they lost their son. His twin brother no longer has his twin with him. But did they care? Oh, no, it was self-defense. He was attacked by Metcalf. As it turns out, by all the witnesses, he wasn't attacked. He's the one who did the attacking. And, of course, now he's filed an appeal. They're saying that he shouldn't have gotten 35 years. His parents were even interviewed. And, of course, it's one of those, oh, he's such a good kid. He didn't murder anyone. Yeah, he didn't mean to hurt Metcalf. Yeah, he more than hurt him. He killed the kid. And I had said it yesterday in the video that this is just the stupidest thing, that a kid is now in prison and another kid lost his life all over being under a tent. I'm sure things could have been done better. Maybe instead of Metcalf approaching Anthony, maybe they should have got some adults involved. But regardless, you see in that picture, the kid's got an AK-47, a high school kid. It's not something you see every day. And you see the other image of him with his middle finger out, very proud to be flipping people off. Good and innocent kid, my ass. But the parents won't accept responsibility. But, the big question is where'd the money go? And there's a lot of black people that are calling them out over this. They're calling out the fraud. They're calling out the violence. They're calling out these other people that are defending Anthony and attacking the whites. I even just saw a video this morning where a black male was riding his bike down the street, and there's a white male sitting on the ground, leaning up against looked like a bus bench pole. And the man looks homeless. And what does the black guy on the bike do? Jumps off his bike and goes, hey, you were part of that jury. You're part of the Anthony jury. And the guy's like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't there. He goes, yeah, you were. And he assaults him. He assaults the white guy who's sitting on the ground. And a woman comes running up. She's like, he wasn't part of the jury. Leave him alone. And what does the black guy do? Oh, my B. In other words, my bad. Sorry about that. After he assaults him. Again, the first time I heard the term black fatigue was last year. but I really am beginning to understand what they're talking about. Anyways, folks, you take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Be aware of your surroundings. Take care.